Hey YouTubers, it's Tony with Mayberry Mini Trucks. Today is Wednesday, October 11th, 2023. And this is a video for George in Tennessee. This is a 1998 Suzuki Carry 4-wheel drive, 5-speed with extra low first gear. And it has 37,131 original miles. So he had a lift kit installed. So you'll notice this sits a little bit higher, had a 2-inch lift kit, and it's a very nice truck. So let's go ahead and let's check this thing out. Now, George is a long distance customer, so it's incumbent upon us to communicate as effectively the condition of the vehicle as possible, because since he's a long distance customer, he can't be here in person. So we're going to have communication be as effective a proxy as can possibly be. Look how brilliant that light is. That is right there, that is a good sign. After being in this business for 13 years, you learn these little signs of leading indicators of what's going to be a nice truck. And a leading indicator, that's my CFP lingo coming through, applied to mini trucks. I'm an economics buff. I love economics, both micro and macro. All right, so this truck has one infinitesimally small ding. Maybe. Gosh, guys, I don't even know if that qualifies for a ding. But this looks nice. Very pretty. Now, the door has a scratch right here with a slight impression right there. You can see where they kind of grazed something and then dinged it right there. But that's about it. Oh, over here too. There's a little impression right there. This is the underside. There's the lift kit on the front. That's what gives it that lift in the front. And you can see it's just more cavernous in here. And that's because of that lift kit. Now looking down the side, it is absolutely remarkable. The frame even looks beautiful. Usually you have seam rust. This has just a tiny bit of seam rust, but hardly even any of that. And seam rust is totally normal because that's just what happens on a mini truck. Wow, look at this bed. This, guys, is stunning. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, just beautiful. The whole thing. Yep, beautiful bed. It has chains, and they go like that. And these little plastic things are so you don't hear it rattling around as much. If you get a piece of 5/8 inch garden hose and cut two 5-inch long pieces and put them on there, that will those will be like new again. You have a ding here and a ding right here, and then so yeah, actually it's a ding here. You can see it there and sort of right there too. Other than that, and there's your rear lift kit. That is the rear lift. Little scratch right there. They did touch it up, which is a good sign. When people touch up scratches, that means the owner was fastidious. You can see some touch up right there where there was a scratch. And that's one of the things you'll notice that Japanese owners do. This is scratched here. I mean, obviously they cared for this vehicle, and it's no surprise that when it gets scratched, they touch it up. We have some paint removed right there, but it's not dented. In fact, there isn't a single ding on the entire door. It is really, really nice. Now, let's go ahead and let's open the door and let's look at the bottom here. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Oh man, huh? Beautiful. Wow, look at this seat. That seat is just stunning. Yeah, the whole thing. Boy, oh boy, if all trucks could only look like that. Yeah, even the driver's seat. And that's usually the one, if something's going to be messed up, it's usually the driver's seat. Because that's the one that usually gets, that's the one that always gets the most use. Boy, that's pretty. Yep, you can see we've washed it. Still a little moisture there. Okay, now we're going to drive it. All right, so we are in two-wheel drive. To put this in four-wheel drive, you simply pull this up like that. And now that four-wheel drive indicator light turns on and that light turns on there. So now you push this back down, that light turns off, but this light is still on. That's your axle lock light. And you have to push that a bunch of times. That's why it's a button. And until that light turns off, there it goes. And that's just a Suzuki. You have to sometimes remove the pressure from the driveline, and then it will allow the axle lock to disengage. And they are all like that. Doesn't mean anything's wrong with it. All right, so now we're going to look at that beautiful flower bed. Now we're going to drive this down a fairly steep hill, and we're going to get it up to speed. And then we're going to come back up the hill, and we're going to see how it does. Boy, this vehicle's so clean. Now you hear that glove box rattling. If you got one of those little plastic or rubber buttons with adhesive, that would go a long way to stop that little chatter. Something that I would do if I owned it. All right, so now we're going to get it up to speed when we go around this corner, just to see how it does at high speed. So that's 60 miles per hour, and it feels great. No, shaking or pulling or anything. It just drives really well. And that's because the lift kit was properly installed. They had to realign it when they were done with the lift kit. You have to realign the toe and the camber. All right, so now we're going to go back up this hill. And we're going to see how the truck does climbing this hill, and it's pretty steep. So that is your seatbelt light, in case you're wondering. Now, we're going up a pretty good grade, and we're going to see, we're in fifth gear. We're in fifth gear. We're going to see how it's going to do when we turn this 90-degree turn. We're going to leave it in fifth gear. And now we are going 32, 33 kilometers per hour. And let's see how the truck behaves going up a very steep incline in fifth gear, going 20 miles an hour. And and it's climbing in speed. It's accelerating while going up a steep grade in fifth gear at a slow speed, which is just really pretty remarkable. And most mini trucks will actually do that, which is absolutely remarkable. Some accelerate a little quicker, some don't, but if it holds speed, that's a good sign. If it accelerates, even better. So this has been a great test drive. Uh, what a super clean vehicle. And so, yeah. Um, then, George, if you have any questions about this vehicle, let us know. And we look forward to bringing you this vehicle. It's been serviced with full synthetic oil, new air filter, new oil filter. We've got the title for it. We got the law passed in North Carolina, introduced to the North Carolina Senate by Deanna Ballard and Sarah Stevens in the North Carolina House, and signed into law by Governor Cooper. So mini trucks are street legal. So says the law. So very happy about that, and we're very happy to be bringing you such a nice truck. I wish they were all this pretty. But anyway, so yeah, and we deliver. We charge $2.50 per mile one way. Just really to accommodate the sale of the vehicle more than anything. And we do also um, we fix things if they don't work, like the four-wheel drive, or if it doesn't run properly. We get that dialed in. If the heat doesn't work, like that Honda van I did earlier, the heat didn't. The selector cable was broken, so we pulled like the dash, and they did a lot of work just to replace a cable. But now the heat works, and but that's just, I think, the right way to do things, because people need heat. Air conditioning you almost never see on a mini truck. This one came with air. I don't think it works though. Um, I doubt it. Let's see. It does work. It just turned on. So it's a little. I think it does work. Unbelievable. I just assumed that it didn't work, but actually, it does appear to have working AC. I suppose, George, that was part of the conversation we had. Maybe not. That may be a total surprise to you, but the compressor does kick on, and and the uh, the um, the evaporator fan also turns on. So that's pretty good sign that you have working air conditioning. It's kind of cold today, so it's hard to feel it and say, "Oh, that air conditioning's cold." It's going to be cold no matter what, even if it was just a fan. But anyway, guys, enough said. I don't want to just keep on talking without having much to say. So I appreciate you watching our video. Thank you.